and welcome to GPTV on the most beautiful Tuesday, the 9th of October. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And Gary, I am feeling seriously chipper today.
So you should be, Philip. It's sunny and it's daylight savings.
You've stolen my thunder, Jerry.
Yet again. How good is daylight savings? I love daylight savings. Absolutely love it. And it works perfectly for peer time because we're all late people. So we don't really have a lot of sympathy for the farmers and all those early morning people that complain about the dark. We like it bright late because we're late people.
A shout out to the Queensland farmers who long argued against daylight savings.
Well, they kept it away,
it was going to play havoc with the cows.
What is that? What is the difference to a cow? What's the difference to a cow? I mean, if cow goes moo, it's at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m.
We've had a crack at Queenslanders before, but that's really... If ever there was anything that typifies how dumb Queenslanders are, it was the whole Queensland farmers that said, if we have daylight savings, it's going to upset the cows' schedules.
Now, one of the things I love and what
the Queensland farmers didn't realise is the sun still rises at the same time and sets at the same time. That was far too complicated.
As they were sitting around on their their balconies, chewing straw, thinking of pondering the daylight savings.
Verandas, not balconies.
That's right, the verandas. The cows, they were worried about them walking around in confusion, not knowing what time it was. But hey, one of the things I love about daylight savings, that one of my favourite things, is trying to confuse people about auctions. So I say every year, and I'll put it to you, if you didn't turn your clock back and you came to the auction, would you miss it or would you be there an hour early?
Oh, Gary, what?
It's push it forward.
You've posed like the Rubik's Cube of real estate. You are so
I can tell you now,
the way your mind thinks is fascinating.
It's like throwing a grenade in the room and running, because people have always... So tell me, if you didn't move your clock forward, you went to the auction, are you early or did you miss it?
You're going to be early.
Is that right? Pretty quick response.
You haven't thought about it.
Pretty quick response.
Yeah.
I have thought about it, and you're right. But I like confusing people because a lot of people think, no, you'll miss it, and then I can frame it in a way to confuse you further in that sort of discussion. So
you are a man of mystery,
like to throw people off their game.
You
hey,
really are.
You spoke last week at breakfast where we had, or actually lunch, because we don't really do breakfast, do you?
We haven't had a breakfast.
No, I know, a long time.
We used to have breakfast.
We did. Well, we did have it with Michael a couple of weeks ago. Michael, the agent. But, talked about your weight issue. Do you want to share that with the viewers? Because I'm a bit worried about you. So tell us about that. Tell us about your weight issue.
For some
just share it.
Unknown reason.
Love this.
I sat for the great majority of my life at 72 kilos. For some reason,
you could ride. You could ride the Melbourne Cup.
Shout out to my dear friend Richard Steeble, who is a watcher of the show.
Oh, he's very
fit. Richard not only is
fit and healthy,
but he's got the most incredible physique.
Yeah, yes.
And that bloke does not he moves maybe a couple of.
Does he eat chocolate?
Milligrams either side of him.
He eats chocolate.
He does everything.
Does he?
But I've gone from 72 to 75, which in the scheme of things is not a huge deal.
Cuddles Kingston, they call him now in the office.
I've got a little bit of a tum now.
Cuddles Kingston.
And I can't move it. I just can't move it.
Well, welcome to the heavy side. It's a happy place. People are happy on the heavy side. It's like that Jackie Mason.
All my pants
it's like that Jackie Mason joke, when he talks about people going to the vegetarian restaurants. They're all gaunt and drawn out. They're all unhappy. And next door there's a restaurant serving schnitzels, and everyone's happy and enjoying and drinking and putting Coke and chips into their face. So
I always loved his line about that health food shops were the most depressing places.
Exactly right. So welcome to the happy side. The slightly over the old side.
How did we get to that, Gary?
No, because I'm interested to know what you're going to do about it, because I know you're worried about it, and people are actually starting to talk about it a little bit. I didn't want to say anything, but they're starting to talk about it.
But for my entire life, I've never had to watch what I eat, and I've never ever put on weight. Didn't matter what I did. Didn't matter how
you're okay with the nickname?
Didn't matter Cuddles.
Cuddles Kingston. You're okay with that?
Didn't matter what I did. Didn't matter what I ate. But now I just cannot. I can't budge this weight.
But yet you're doing exercises.
I can't. I've got this healthy diet. I'm eating brilliant food. And I'm doing so much exercise.
I'll have to spend a bit more time explaining how it works.
The weight's going up. So viewers, if you've got an answer to what's going on, please let me know.
Or do we like the new Phil, the new Cuddly Kingston, Cuddles Kingston? I got to say, I like the new Happy Phil. I reckon you're better off for it. I think you're a little bit, I think you're happy. I think you're just more positive, upbeat, happy. I think the chipper has nothing to do with the weather. It's to do with the food.
Do you know the happiest person about my weight?
Who's that?
Is Olga.
Who's Olga?
Well, you may well ask, who is Olga?
I will ask you, who is Olga?
Olga is my dressmaker.
Is that right?
Not as in making dresses for me, but is the dressmaker.
Who's a dressmaker?
Who's a dressmaker?
What normal person has a dressmaker? Is there I'd like to know if there's another male anywhere that has a dressmaker.
I have a stable.
What dresses are you wearing?
Gary, you know, I have a stable of people that help me with my life. I've got a list of maybe 30 different trades.
Do you wear dresses sometimes?
I don't wear dresses, but it's my dressmaker, the person that is letting out my pants.
If you were wearing dresses, would you tell it?
Because when you've got 30 suits, I don't think you would. And you put on 3 kilos, like I'm going there every week saying, Olga, I've got another pair of pants, another pair of pants.
Have you split any pants yet?
Well, I've split. Hey, Hugo Boss. Yeah. I've blown the seat of my trousers out a number of times. Not blown them out. I've split them.
It's getting very distasteful. I don't reckon I reckon
I am. My
you're finished. I reckon our whole business is over.
My weight is now powering the economy. Between Olga the dressmaker, Hugo Boss, who I'm not buying from anymore because I found a new tailor, but the new tailor that I have found, when I gave them the first order, they said, no one's ever ordered that many suits in one go. And I said, hey, I've just started getting going. And then when they were doing the measuring, he made a few subtle comments about the waist measurement.
So is it time for me to give you an admission to make you feel a bit better? I actually did split my pants once for an auction. It was very, very bad. It was very bad. I did do it. Thankfully, it wasn't a massive split.
Thankfully, you were wearing underpants that day.
I was wearing pants that day, but thankfully, it wasn't so big. So I did I sort of just squeezed everything into shape while I did the auction, and I made sure the jacket. So I leant back a bit, and people must have thought I was very animated that day. It was like, oh, 653,000. But it was, it did happen to me.
This has been the longest-winded entry.
Well, we can do that, Phil, because we don't have that many. That many properties to talk
viewers, about. One of the reasons I am feeling very chipper, it was a beautiful weekend out. How much, look, you and I both love our job.
We do, of course we do.
So it's a pleasure to come.
We deal with the best people in the world.
It's a pleasure
to work with the best people in the world.
It is a pleasure to come to work regardless of the weather. But when the weather is 23, 24 degrees and sunshine.
It's great to have a suit on and not be in shorts like everybody else. We love that.
Everybody feels great. It's just a lovely environment.
It is. Melbourne really shines in the sun.
I'm feeling chipper. And Gary, I'm also chipper about our results because the industry was 53%. We were at 69%.
We were, Phil.
Now, viewers, this is the first intelligent thing we're going to say in this episode because obviously there's been a lot of fluff until this point.
Nonsense has been.
But I want to make this point, Gary, because it's a point that I made at one of our auctions, in fact in Milburn Grove in Eastern Kilda on the weekend, which is a great address. You did. Now, there's a lot of talk about the real estate market at the moment, and we have admitted publicly on this show that the market is struggling, and it's struggling right across metropolitan Melbourne.
I don't think we've admitted that at all.
Well, we have.
I don't think we've said that. No, we have never said that.
If we haven't,
go back to previous episodes, you'll find you've never ever said that.
We just did.
No.
But my point is that this is not the market struggling. This is absolutely, and I'm firmly committed to what I'm about to say, this is a buying opportunity. Because when the markets, as they always do over the course of history, they always take a breather, and there are smart people that jump in, and there are others that stand on the sideline saying, oh, there's doom and gloom, the world's about to collapse, we'll just wait. Now, the waiters invariably miss the market because they think that somebody's going to ring a bell at the bottom and a ring a bell at the top. Does not happen. And here is the point, and it's the point that I made in Milburn Grove. Gary, it's the year 2018. The population currently in Melbourne is just under 5 million people. It is projected by the year 2050, which, by the way, is only 32 years
just around the corner.
away.
I feel like
it's not around the corner, but it's just a generation. In 32 years, we're going to go from just under 5 million people
Did you read Terry McCrann's article?
Can you let me finish this?
Because he
to
wrote
8 million people. Now, across that journey, we're going to go from 5 to 5.5 to 6 to 6.5 to 7 to 7.5 to 8.
Long story
so,
now.
No, it's the most important story. Gary, what do you reckon is going to happen to Melbourne property prices across one generation when we go close to increasing the population of Melbourne by 60%?
What I think. Can I have a multiple choice answer?
No, just give me your best answer.
Of course they're going to go up. We know they're going to go up. And I was just saying, did you read Terry McCrann? Is it Terry McCann, or because you read the front?
McCann.
McCann, because he had an article on the weekend. Are you impressed? I read it.
I'm impressed so far that you saw his article.
I saw his article.
Because his article is not in the racing section.
It wasn't that far on the weekend. But his article was talking exactly about
the Herald Sun.
saying exactly that the population growth, now's the time to buy. It's an opportune time. And I agree, because all people really are going to wait for, in my opinion, is to pay more. That's what I see happening. I don't see things. I don't think things are plummeting in a minute. I think they're more likely to go up than they are to go down. but it's certainly an interesting time.
I'll tell you one thing, viewers, there is no question, because this is going to happen, and we all think that 30 years is a long time away.
Yes.
But I would say this, because it's going to...
What do you think you'll weigh in 30 years?
I'm just happy to be here in 30 years. Because if you think about this, over that 30-year journey, we're going to progressively go up.
I think you'll shrink.
Let me finish the story. So the reality is that I personally am going to invest in land over the next decade. I'm going to buy. I'm looking for. I'm going to look for a property.
And where are you going to find the money for it?
Well, that's a different story. But I'm going to buy something with a strong land content.
Good on you. You do that, and I'm sure you'll have plenty of partners. But there's a clue for the viewers. We're believers, and we always have been. And it's always served us well. The clearance rates, Philip, again 53% against we industry 53. We were 69. Let's talk about some of the results, Phil, because I like to stick to an agenda. I'm very, very on sort of track person, Philip, because that's my my genes. So that whole Germany, Austria, ja, wie like to be accurate. Ja, das is good. Philip, we started off in St Kilda Road, St Kilda on the corner of Fitzroy Street. What a fantastic auction that was, a beautiful apartment. We had a good team of people there. We had Lamore there, we had Mickey there, we had Daniel, my son, there, which was lovely. And we had a buyer there, Philip, who paid $462,000 for that wonderful apartment.
Good job.
Overlooking the Albert Park. There's some great real estate around. You don't realise how many great properties there are that we have the pleasure of enjoying. Philip, Frogmore Road, Carnegie was a good sale, but I see now that it's undisclosed, which is disappointing. Carr Street, well, that auction went off. Carr Street, we love Elsternwick, and boy, have we got some good stuff coming up in Elsternwick.
Viewers, can I just say that if you want to buy an apartment, and we are strong believers in investing in apartments, if you can buy something on that Glen Huntley Road shopping precinct,
it's only getting hotter, isn't it?
It's only going to get better and better, because we're finding that the demand from buyers today, and tenants more particularly, I suppose, is that they want to live virtually on top of a shopping centre and a transport links.
Key to Glen Huntley Road has been, will be, and always has been, Philip, the parking. Great parking around there. So that's certainly one of the features. But this
train station, tram line, bus, it's got everything.
Anyway, Philip, that's why we. And what about the new one coming?
Well, that's the second.
What you're talking about. Amazing. Phil, Carr Street, Elsternwick sold against a reserve. I believe it was in the range, which was in the high fours, low fives. Sold for $556,000. Well done to Nikki Janover and Jeremy Rosens. And by the way, talking about Nikki Janover, we should give her a plug here and put up on screen one of the top 50 saleswomen in Australia. And I think top 10. I think top 10 Victoria.
Not just in St Kilda, not in Melbourne, not in Victoria, but right across Australia.
I think she was in the top 10 in Victoria, top 50 in Australia. So well done to you, Nikki Janover.
Shout out to you.
A photo of your smiling face, and congratulations. Maybe we'll get her on the show sometime to talk about the
Gary.
accolades. It's just one of our outstanding successful women in our office. Philip, on Sunday there was a number of sales. One of them was in 6 Oran Grove, well done to Simon Radolnik, who auctioned and sold that property for a disclosed amount, Philip, of $2,200,000. So well done to him. A little bit of a wrap on the weekend. We sold a number of properties before
interesting, if you have a look at that sale in Oran Grove at $2,200,000, I don't think that's any change. We would have got that last year and the year before, so I don't believe that, that things with strong land content have been affected, Gary.
Philip, we did talk last week about our vendor night, about our high potency of effectiveness of nominating buyers and working through the network with buyers, and that was certainly evidenced with almost half of our sales on the weekend working through our database.
How good is our vendor night?
It's a great concept, Philip.
I love our vendor night, Gary. We're not going to say too
Something
much on
different.
GPTV about it, because we know a lot of our competitors watch this show. They sit in front of the show taking notes,
vigorously taking notes.
Okay, we'll pinch that idea, we'll do that idea, but our vendor night, which our competitors are not invited to, Gary.
They're not, unfortunately.
Yeah, you'll have to become a seller with us competitors in order to get an invitation to our very exclusive vendor night.
Very well received, isn't it, Philip? Something another and what I love when our competitors do copy us, because they often do. I'm not being an egotist by saying this.
Well, you are.
I'm being a little bit
boast.
A bit of boastful. Well, I can boast occasionally. Is that when they do copy us, we're really on to the next thing anyway.
Correct, Gary.
It just drives us.
And imitation is the greatest form of flattery, Gary.
It sure is. Now, I've just got this list, Philip, but it says that the auction's on Saturday, the 21st of July. I don't think that's right. I think it's this weekend, Philip, that we've got 5 auctions. Shall we review them?
Let's get into it, Gary.
We start off, Philip, at 10:30am. Jeremy Rosens is going to be auctioning in his hood in St Kilda East in Westbury Street, a great address. Take us through this apartment, won't you?
Gary, love it. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautifully renovated throughout. That's a great property and a great address.
Leo Samuel is excited, and so he should be, Philip, because we're going to be auctioning one of the properties that we actually featured on GPTV, where we shot a few weeks ago, and that's in the wonderful suburb of Brighton East, Philip, 7 Janet Street. What a beautiful home.
Well, I love the headline to this, Gary. It says a recrafted mid-century gem, which is pretty much a description of you since you've had that Botox. This is the most beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom family home, complete with a swimming pool. It has the most incredible renovation. I love that house. There's so much to love about it, including the position, which is fabulous.
Talking about Botox.
Yes.
Now that you brought it up, well, I've never had Botox, but you have. What's it like actually getting Botox?
Well, Gary, assuming I was going to admit to having Botox, then the needle is sharp.
Yeah, you see, on our vendor night, there was a lady there that said that you give us a hard time, you give me a hard time. So she definitely fired me up for today. I've been pacing up and down outside the house saying, tonight, this is my moment. So thank you.
That was your best shot, was it?
Oh no, I've got more. Don't worry. Right. Just starting. I've got a little checklist there.
I hope that lovely lady is watching.
Yes, she'll feel vindicated.
Really, she took me aside.
I know.
Vendor evening.
She really
gave me a bit of a what for.
Yeah, I love her. I love that lady. Philip Elwood, we also love at 12:30. Jeremy Rosen is going to be in his hood again, Bayside there, 1886 Ruskin Street, a wonderful Bayside street.
Another one better, Gary, but the renovation here, it looks like it's just been done for a television show like The Block. This is fabulous. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Check out the bathroom, check out the kitchen, and of course the address is incredible.
And check out your second auction of the day, Philip, at 1:30 in Neville Street in Bentleigh East. We'd love it in Bentleigh East, and this is a great looking property. Been a lot of people through it, Phil.
We do,
big
Gary,
numbers,
and
big
as
numbers.
they say, Neville Street, nifty Neville Street. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage. This is actually a freestanding property, Gary. It's wonderful. So you've got garden wrapping right round it. It's an excellent home in a fantastic location.
Nifty Neville was a footballer, wasn't he?
Nifty
Well, it wasn't
Neville?
Nifty Neville. He was definitely a footballer.
I think you're right.
I can't remember which Neville he was. No, I think it was Essendon. I can't remember which Nifty Neville he was. Now, if you remember who Nifty Neville is, let us know. We'll get some tickets off to the movies, just in case anybody's still watching. A good way to find out is anybody still watching. Nifty Neville.
We do give these giveaways just to find out how many viewers actually watch.
Still engaged, Philip, we're going to finish off in Carnegie, Leo Samuel's hood, 1:30pm, and Graham Callan's going to be doing this auction of this wonderful property in Toolambool Road, Carnegie. Try saying that address after you had a few drinks.
This is the weekend for 1 bedders. Another 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
Love it.
I reckon this 1 bedroom is a bit larger than the average. So I think viewers, if you're an investor, a first home buyer, or just somebody scaling down, get onto that one because it's a ripper.
Bring it on, Phil. Sunday morning we are going to be auctioning in Kooyong Road. Jeremy Rosens, I believe, has the auction honours of this wonderful apartment that Arlene has had a lot of pleasure representing.
So, Gary, I've always loved this building.
Me too.
And I dropped in there on the weekend to have a look at it.
People
and the place was
buzzing.
This is a monster of an apartment in terms of size. It's a seriously cool apartment, but if you're looking for a large apartment, you won't find a bigger one than that.
And a great location on the corner of that beautiful court, Philip. We love it there.
Malonga Court.
Malonga Court. A very exclusive address, that one, Phil. Some lovely homes in there.
Yes.
You won't be attending that auction, Philip, because you're going to be doing your own auction in Milburn Grove together with Glenn Bricker,
and Gary,
where we just sold on the weekend.
How good it is to be back there after we were selling there last weekend and we're selling there this weekend.
Love it.
And it's a beautiful development, and Milburn Grove is fabulous. And that is the most beautiful 4 bedroom, 2 bathrooms home, complete with a double lock-up garage. Great location, great spot, lots to love.
12:30, Philip, we're going to be at Silverley Grove. Glenn again is taking this one to the market. A wonderful address, and what a great looking property.
Well, Gary, it is to find a single level home, one of only 2. And this one, whilst it's not brand new, it feels like it's brand new because it's only had 1 owner.
It's better than new,
and the owner has immaculately fastidiously looked after the property. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage. I looked at that one over the weekend and I thought it was fabulous.
We bring down the curtain at 2:30, Philip, at 2:30 on Sunday. Jeremy Rosens is going to be in Elsternwick, in our suburb, much loved suburb. I can't get a gig for an auction this weekend. I'm not doing any, Phil, but Jeremy Rosens doing this one. What a great looking property.
Gary, 261 Hotham Street is 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a double lock-up garage. This property is absolutely magnificent and I love that position there. It just doesn't get any better than that position, walking distance to everywhere you want to be.
A relatively quiet weekend, Sunday or Saturday and Sunday in October, I should say, Phil. 9 auctions over 8 suburbs, so we're all over the place. We finish off in Elsternwick, where we've got some great listings coming up in Elsternwick, Philip. Some really exciting.
We do.
Just listed a ripper in Gordon Street,
A ripper.
I listed about that.
Ripper in Regent Street.
Yeah.
And we've got a ripper in Elizabeth Street.
Elizabeth Street.
It's all happening in Elsternwick. But more than that, Gary, we are currently sitting in the most incredible home.
Well, I've got to say to you, Cuddles, this is about as good as it gets. This house is just capturing the whole neighbourhood. It's capturing Melbourne, actually, the attention of Melbourne. This is one of the best properties on the market in Melbourne now or at any time.
Gary,
take us through it.
189 Kooyong Road in the heart of the Golden Mile of Caulfield North on the corner of Hume Street. So we really couldn't get a better address. This is 6 bedrooms, not 1 bathroom, Gary, not 2, 3, 4 or 5, 5.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage that takes 4 cars, no less.
Amazing, yep.
A north-south tennis court, a swimming pool. This is a palatial home with a sense of intimacy, Gary, that you'd be hard-pressed to find another home this good. It's on excess of 1,670 square metres of the primest of prime land. This house is like a battleship in terms of its construction, Gary. Yep. This house will outlive any brand new home. The owners have been here for 30 years. They've lived it, they've loved it, and they've looked after it so immaculately. It's waiting for the next family to move in for a generation. And if you imagine they move in for a generation, another 30 years, and you imagine what this parcel of land will be worth in 30 years, which is the segue to link it into the opening message from the opening of GPTV. This house, Gary, if we were more successful, in fact, if we were successful, full stop,
even a little bit successful,
we would aspire to living in a home like this because it is incredible.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. I mean, it's got a great story. We can't talk about who the owner is. No. They've asked not to be, but it's quite interesting that the owner's a successful business person and actually bought this property from the business partner who lived here previously. So I think that's also interesting. So it's been in the same family for a long time, and then a previous family for many, many years, because there were a number of people who
really hasn't seen the market for
it's
decades.
Never seen the market for decades. It is one of the most extraordinary offerings that we've ever had. It could be, well, certainly in the top homes in Caulfield and Sydney Glen. No question about it.
It is just the most magnificent home. So, Gary, let's get stuck into spring, shall we? Let's use this good weather to our advantage. Let's push the market along. Let's stay active, positive, enthusiastic and happy, and I'll be in the gym this time tomorrow.
Philip, I think I put you on a bit of a mission there. I think this looked good. I reckon it suits you, that little bit of extra weight. I mean, you can see it. It looks good. I think it makes you look happy and upbeat.
So
I think it's good for you.
I'll tell you one little closing. I went to a new Turkish restaurant on Saturday
I've heard about that.
Called Yagiz, in
Turak
Road in South Yarra. So fantastic. I haven't enjoyed a meal.
I love Turkish. Was there a belly dancer?
Gary, there was no belly dancer.
You need a belly dancer,
But the point to my new nickname of Cuddles is two of the dishes that you should have, which the duck. I've never had a better piece of duck in my life. Absolutely unbelievable. Best piece of duck I've ever eaten. Was served with potatoes. Wow. Fried in duck fat.
That'll do a lot to help you slim down, won't it, Phil?
All I can tell you, every mouthful was delicious. And if I keep going like that, this show next year, I'll be at 85 kilos.
Look what I've dragged him and reduced him to now. Talking about food, salivating about carbs. I love it. I finally got my dreams come true. It's all happening on GPT. Thanks for the summary there from our in-house food critic over here and eater, Philip Kingston, Cuddles Kingston. We'll look forward to seeing you on the show next week. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous week.